What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV, and today we're going to show you the best things to do in Quito, Ecuador. Let's do it. That's right, everybody, coming to you from the foothills of the Andes. We're at 9,350 feet here. And here's a look at the morning views. First up on the list is the Teleferiqo Cable Car that takes you up to the top of Pichincha volcano to the lookout of Cruz Loma. It's actually one of the highest aerial lifts in the world, starting at 10,226 feet and then all the way up to 12,943 feet. It takes about 20 minutes to get to the lookout. At the lookout, you will have the gateway to the hike to the summit of Pichincha. You will need to bring a photo ID, and do keep in mind altitude sickness is a thing in Quito. The ticket price is $8.50. Now here we are in the Central Historical area. This is the Plaza de Santo Domingo. Founded by the Spanish in the year 1534, it's actually built on the ruins of an old ancient Inca city. The Centro Historico here in Quito is considered one of the most well-preserved Spanish cities in South America. And in case you guys didn't know this, Quito is actually the highest elevation capital city in the world. Although in Bolivia they have two capitals, one of which being La Paz, which is actually higher up. But being that Ecuador only has one capital, Quito is it, and it's the highest elevation. In the Central Historical area, there's a famous road called Calle de la Ronda. So if you're in the area in the evening time, come check this place out. In the morning time, there are some cafes and you will have the area to yourself. But as it gets later in the day, it does pick up with foot traffic. So either way, very beautiful place to walk and take pictures. They have a unique gin that you can buy here called Peruna. Get a cup of coffee and then head back out into the Central Historical area. But you can see very colorful old colonial Spanish. From La Ronda, you'll go to Venezuela Avenue, and I found this one to have a lot going on here. This was probably the most busy area that I saw in the historical area, with great views of the Virgin on the mountain. And here we are now at Plaza Independencia. And this monument here recognizes the defeat of the Spanish forces here at the Battle of Pichincha on May 24th, 1822. I found it to be a nice place to just sit down on the bench and relax. Occasionally you'll have street vendors coming up to you asking you if you want to buy something or get a shoe shine. I actually did a shoe shine. I do a lot of hiking in the wilderness, so my shoes were a bit dusty, and thanks to this man here, for $3, he brought out the color in my shoes again, got them jet black again, even blacker than they were when I bought them, so I was really pleased with this service, and I gave him a little tip on top of the $3. Now here I am at the Virgin of Panecillo, right here on the Mirador. Located at the top of Panecillo Hill, it is actually named after a small bread. That's what it looks like right here in the heart of the city. And the Virgin is actually a monument similar to the statue in Rio de Janeiro of Christ the Redeemer. Up here, you'll find great views of Quito in 360 degrees, so do be sure to walk around the area. From the city center, it takes about 10 minutes. But if you didn't want to do that, you could always take the double-decker bus. In fact, let's talk about that Quito City Tour double-decker bus. So it only costs $8.50 and it takes you to around 5 or 6 different destinations across Quito. If this is your first time to Quito, I highly recommend getting on this bus just to familiarize yourself with what's in the city. This is really a great things to do bus. It is a hop-on, hop-off bus that goes from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. departures every hour. Some of the stops include the National Road, which is the downtown area, Mercado Artesanal, the Basilica, San Francisco, the Virgin, and Plaza Foch. My recommendation is if you're going to sit on top of the double-decker bus, make sure you bring sunscreen and sun protection because the sun is very bright here in Quito. And here we are now at Parque de Carolina. The Carolina Park is essentially the central park of all of Quito. They have a garden here. They have many soccer fields, lots of sports activities. When you go here, you'll definitely see lots of people enjoying this beautiful park right here along the Avenue Naciones Unidas. And this is probably the most affluent area of all of Quito from my experience in terms of modernity and vibrance. So if you get a chance, maybe even get your hotel down in this area. Here we are at Quicentro Mall. It's a very modern mall here in Quito. There are several different malls across the city. This is one of them right here along the Naciones Unidas Road. So downtown has one, but these malls are all across Quito. And another great way to get around Quito is by the metro. You can see right here they do have a subway. And I'll show you around a little bit here what the sights and sounds of the downtown area look like. They have some really unique architecture, as you can see by these buildings. So Quito is definitely up and coming and very beautiful, especially in this area around the Carolina Park. Quito really does have a nice blend of the old world and this new modern city mixed in with all of the natural, beautiful setting of Pichincha. Here we are now in front of El Ejido Park, right here in the downtown area of Quito. El Ejido is another nice park to walk around. This is actually right across the street from the Hilton, one of the hotels that I did stay at while here. Down the road from here is the main nightlife area. This is Plaza Foch. And now here we are at Mercado Artesanal La Mariscal. If you plan to do some shopping, this is where you're going to want to go because you're going to support the local artisans. Yeah, so when you come to Ecuador, you can get a Panama hat. They're called Panama hats, although they're actually from Ecuador. They're manufactured here in the Andes. So get you one. This is only like $18. I also ended up getting a handbag that was made of real leather. They have some sweaters that you can get with alpaca, which can come in handy, especially at night, trying to stay warm. Wearing something like that from the Andes is very nice. And I really would say if you're going to come to Ecuador, try to do some shopping here because the products are very unique. You're not going to find them anywhere else in the world, so take advantage. Now let's talk about local food. Obviously plenty of fruit, in this case mango. Got some mango here. And here we have some guinea pig on the barbecue. Some guinea pig. I didn't try it, but people say it tastes like pork. All right, now for the main course. This is some sort of camarones and rice. Some of the snacks you get: plantain chips, popcorn, and corn kernel. Ceviche.
Tengan buen provecho.
Thank you.
Que tengan buen provecho.
Some potato soup. Yeah, so here we are now at the Mitad Del Mundo. This here is the middle of the earth because this is where the equator actually passes right through. So we'll go take a look. Mundo in Spanish means world, mitad means middle, so Mitad del Mundo, the middle of the earth. That's literally the equator right here at 0 degrees. People like to come here and stand in both hemispheres, north and south hemisphere, although there is some controversy as to whether or not this is actually the exact center of the earth because some people have said it's a little bit further away than here. I don't know, but either way, it's a nice place to go and being right there along the equator. And you can actually walk up to the top of the monument with great views and get a little bit of history. So here we are going to Otavalo, which is another town. We're going to be doing some exploring around there, but on the way we have a stop called El Pisque, and this is actually a river, and it's got a big canyon looking down. Really cool mirador for you. So here we are in Otavalo. You can see we've got a mirador with the volcano right here and the Lake San Pablo, as well as some alpacas. So getting out to Otavalo takes about an hour and a half. Some say it takes an hour, but I would give it an hour and a half to 2 hours with traffic. But it's definitely worth a day trip out here because the volcano, Lake San Pablo, and some of the surrounding areas are spectacular. So here we are now at the Hotel Puerto Lago here in Otavalo. You can see right behind me we've got the Lake San Pablo and then the volcano up top. Depending on availability, the rooms here at this particular hotel are around $150 to $200, but if you don't want to stay here, they do have a very nice restaurant right along the lakeside. It reminds me a bit of Switzerland right here, so that's something that's kind of charming for some people. So the volcano here is called Imbabura, and it's way high up there. This is a natural lake. The rain, water that comes off that volcano comes into this lake right here, and that's how you have Lake San Pablo. It is a very peaceful and tranquil place to be. You can hear the birds chirping. All right, guys, so if you're coming to Quito and you have some questions, you can contact my travel guide here. This is Jesus.
Yes, I am Jesus. I work with the tours. Now coming from Quito to Otavalo with my friends, and now we are in the volcano in Babura, traditional volcano.
Check out this place he took me to right here. Ooh. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay.
All right, here we are at the Otavalo market. It's starting to rain, as you can see. I've already got me an alpaca and cotton sweatshirt, and I got a t-shirt I'll show you. But this is a great place to go shopping if you want some really good deals, high quality fabrics from the Andes. It's the Plaza de Pancho. Okay, so we have alpaca here. This is a sweater, beautiful designs with some cotton, very warm, something to keep you warm when you go high into the Andes. And something like this is $25. We've also got a white color also. Here we have the white one. What do you guys think? White or blue? I'm thinking the white one, but I'm a little worried it's gonna get dirty if I eat some good food. ¿Cuántos dólares?
Este es solamente 18.
18? Good price.
Buen
Yeah.
precio para que me compres.
Es para caliente a la noche?
Sí.
For me, it was really cool to come to Otavalo because I got to meet some of the indigenous people, and they're so friendly and happy. Yeah, good price, good quality. It's cotton, yeah? Yes. And this one is alpaca? Yeah. It's beautiful. Bonito. Wow, look at that. Gracias, señor.
Yeah. Well, it changes, no?
Sí, 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 sí.
It's I looking no more.
Okay, okay, okay.
I looking different.
I got two stones here, chrysocolla and lapis lazuli from right here. Oh no, and just like that, a rainstorm came out of nowhere. Literally just started dropping tons of water and everyone's scrambling to save their stuff. Look at this.
Yeah, los dos vamos a llevar.
So here we are now at the Cascada de Peguche, which is a waterfall called Peguche. We're gonna go inside here, and it's about a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
So I'm here in the Itiwatana. This is actually like a sun temple, and you can hear your echo if you clap. Cool. Okay. And now we'll walk to the waterfall. Okay. There's some super cool cafes and restaurants along the path here that are tucked away in the forest. Awesome place. All right, so after a really cool hike getting up here, we finally arrived at Peguche, Cascada. While you're here, I would recommend actually going up to the waterfall as close as you can get. You can go behind it or above it, but I just went up onto this little rock and I was getting sprayed with all of this beautiful fresh water. So here we are at Lago Cuicocha. This is actually known as Rainbow Lake. Beautiful views up here. This is basically a crater lake, so it's a naturally occurring lake because of the volcano. And something interesting to know about Ecuador is there's actually 84 volcanoes here. We've seen 2 of those with the lakes. This one right here is actually created by a volcano, so it's a crater lake from a volcano. Getting around Ecuador is a bit challenging because of the roads. They have a lot of landslides here, but it's definitely worth it. So when you're in Quito, try to venture outside of the city for sure. Going on some of these day trips for 2 to 3 hours in each direction can be worth it, even though it is a long drive. All right, so we're driving from Quito Quito to Banos, and along the way we're in a village here, and they've got a lot of fruit. It's called Ambato, so we're going to try out some of the local fruit, because that's what it's known for. Cinco?
Claudio. Dos peras.
Y dos?
Dos mandarinas.
Sí. Yeah, so here we are now at the adventure capital of Ecuador. This is Banos. This is one of the adventure parks. They have a few of these. You can see people whizzing through here on the zip line. Yeah, so zip lines, bungee jumping, waterfall climbs, cable cars, lots to do out here. Now here we are at the mega waterfall here, Cascada el Pailón del Diablo. This is a very ferocious waterfall, hence the name. You hike down the cliffs here to get to the bottom where you'll see the water just dumping in here. This is actually one of the most famous tourist attractions in all of Ecuador. It's about a 3.5 to 4 hour drive to get here, but like I said, it's one of the most famous attractions in all of Ecuador. And on that note, that's going to conclude this episode of Island Hopper TV from Quito, Ecuador. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch some more of our other videos from Costa Rica or Lima, Peru.